All right, guys, good morning. Welcome to episode 285. It is Wednesday. Would you believe if I told you that I was a little late getting out of the door? I'm supposed to be at our office meeting in 6 minutes, and it's 7 minutes away. I definitely want to try to get it back on my diet today, so I'm gonna make my coffee and head toward the office. This morning and last night's been a little rough. We have a showing today, and last night, literally everybody in our family except for me got sick. Maddie had a bellyache, Callie got a bellyache, Christy got a bellyache. So Callie's still in bed. Christy's gonna hang back at the house and try to get it ready for the showing. So that's the plan. Yeah, let's get this day started. Yeah, I'd give you a thumbs up, but my hands are full. Just finished up with our sales meeting. That went super well. We watched some content from Mr. Tom Ferry, just blowing our mind with some conversion techniques. I'm gonna run back home really quick and try to help Christy and Callie get the house ready for our showing. And it's snowing, for crying out loud, which is beautiful. Guys, I am back at the house. I had came home after the sales meeting and helped Christy and Callie, who both have like a flu bug, mind you. I helped them finish up the house really quick. We got Roxy out. I just want you to look around here. If you guys watch the vlog on a regular basis, you know that we don't always keep our house like this. Like pretty much everything is off the counters. We got all the lights on. Look at this. The floors are all clean, the table's clean. You know that we're not that clean. We probably spent a total of 4 hours getting the house ready today. And I'm gonna do a little rant here, primarily because this whole thing happens all the time. We don't have a ton of showings at our house, and to be honest, we just kind of live with our house in a condition that's not necessarily show ready. But I know this stuff happens to our sellers all the time. So I just wanted to take a second and tell you, if you're a real estate agent, if you're a buyer that you're working on buying a house, you know, I'm a real estate agent myself, and I know from experience that especially in this market, sometimes you go into a house and you wonder if they even knew you were coming. But know that there are other sellers out there who might live with a relatively messy house that put a lot of time into getting their house ready for you to see it. So if you're a client, don't just cancel last minute. And if you're an agent and your client has canceled, make sure you call and tell the listing agent so we can tell our clients. Today, we'd spent 4 hours between last night and today getting the house all ready to be seen. We had gotten out of the house. After about 45 minutes or so, I noticed that my digital doorbell had not gone off. And so I checked in on it and there were no cars in the driveway. So Christy went ahead and called the showing agent and said, hey, just letting you know we're out of the house, making sure you guys are still coming today. And he says, oh, I meant to call you. My clients decided not to see the house today. Okay. So we're about 5 hours into our life invested in your client seeing this house, and you're telling me that you meant to call me at some point. Was it last night before I spent the 5 hours cleaning the house, or when was it when you decided not to show the house? Like, you know, it's frustrating for me too. I've had it where clients have literally stood me up where I'm at the door ready to go and they don't show up. And I've got a vacant listing right now with phenomenal sellers who they're constantly by there to check on it. If they know there's a showing coming up, they'll go and make sure the air fresheners aren't overwhelming. And I mean, they spend a lot of time checking on the house and making sure it's perfect. So it is a big deal if you don't show up for a listing. So just keep that in mind. Callie's sick today, so me and Christy are gonna be tag teaming. I'm gonna hang out at the house for a while, and I'm actually gonna take it as an opportunity to photograph a few rooms that have changed since we did our photography. So it's not a complete loss, and for us, we like getting our house clean, so it's kind of nice to have that motivation to get out here and clean it. So I'm gonna work on all that and go from there. So. So earlier on my way home, it started snowing, and I've been here knocking out a bunch of work. I was getting ready to go do a bunch of appointments, and apparently it's gotten very slick outside. I'm hearing reports of bad drivers everywhere getting themselves in trouble. So we had 2 different appointments cancel. So I wanna see what the fuss is about. I'm gonna get the camera drone up in the air and get some footage of the Calamity, assuming there's Calamity to be seen. So, yeah. I've somehow managed to misplace my GoPro. So I don't have to deal with this, but anyway. From flying the drone, I didn't feel like there was that much Calamity out there. I do have an appointment that I would really like to get to, so I'm gonna head into the office and take care of it. Christy's coming home to take care of Callie. So we're gonna do a little swap-a-roo tag team. But yeah, since I don't have the GoPro, I'm gonna turn this camera around and see if there's anything interesting on the road today. Yeah. So I just stopped in here to sell some drum microphones to my friend Bobby Riley. Weather's clearing up pretty nicely. So I got this little kit from Fusion, 50 bucks. It's a micro, it looks like they're 6mm motors, which is similar to what they have in the Inductrix. It doesn't have a camera, but for 50 bucks, I could add a camera to it. I'm really curious how the flight controller is in this, if it'll run clean flight or beta flight. It also came with 2 extra motors, which is kind of neat. Ton of little LEDs and stuff. I know you guys are thinking, gosh, she blows a lot of money on drone stuff. Yeah, that was 50 bucks I didn't have to spend, but since I'm selling all this drum equipment, I feel like my drone fund is just overflowing. I'm gonna blow through it pretty quick though, goodness. Also with the small group I'm doing, if this thing is worth a darn, then some of those folks can go pick one up and get flying. So let's do some more running around. Alright guys, we're home for the night. I took my watch off. I think it's probably 6:30, 7, 8, 7. I'm guessing it's around 7 p.m. The goal for tonight is I want to see if I can teach Christy how to build this drone. I did a little bit of research on this. Yeah, for 50 bucks, it's still not a bad deal, but it can only be used with its own little controller. That's a bummer. There's no way to plug it into a computer to activate like an external receiver. I don't think you can load beta flight or clean flight on it. That's a bummer. But still, for 50 bucks, not too shabby. Seems like a pretty cool little kit. Let's unbox this sucker and see if Christy can build it. We got our instructions. All right, so I could not convince Christy to build it herself with my help, so I'm going to build it alongside her. She asked if it was like Legos, because she doesn't like building Legos, and I said it's like building something with Legos that flies when you're done. Dig in and build a drone. Yeah. We got it. Ooh. Don't touch that. All right, we got it built. I made some modifications. We'll see if it'll fly this way. It very well might not. We put a FPV camera on top. I do want to really put a big old thank you to my beautiful wife, Christy, doing this with me. And I'll tell you, this was the funnest build I've ever done, having her hang out with me. Because typically I just feel like a loser sitting in here by myself.
No, that's not true. I did like half of it.
Christy held the soldering iron, son. So I put the FPV camera on top, and then I made it to where the battery is external, and I'm trying to use my bigger battery, but there's a good chance this cannot lift it. So let's get some flight footage with this and send you out with it. As a whole with this thing, I'll tell you tomorrow what I think of it. With all that said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It means the world to us. Be sure to...
Actually listen to me, so I don't remember what to say.
Okay. Well, Christy, be sure to subscribe, share, comment, and hit that
Thumbs up.
big old thumbs up if you think we deserve it. And we will absolutely see you tomorrow on...
Wiping the flyover. Still can remember that part.
I would hope. You remember those instructions I threw away? Well, had I read them, I might have realized that my orientation was completely wrong. So my propellers weren't backwards, I just had the front wrong. I was trying to fly it sideways instead of straight, so let's try this again. Alright guys, thanks for checking out the end card and hanging around for this long. How to find us if you have questions about real estate's below. Remember, we are real estate agents. If you need help buying or selling, I'm just going to say anywhere in Missouri, give us a call. We would love to help you. If you're in a different area, different state, wherever you are, if you're thinking about buying or selling and you don't know what real estate agent you'd like to use, we've got this amazing service. Go ahead and send us an email at the address below, and what we can do is we can connect you with the best agent in your area. We understand this business. I know you guys think we're in the vlogging business, but we are absolutely in the real estate business. We sell gobs of houses. We helped 102 different people sell and buy houses last year, and we would love to get you on the road to owning your own home. So be sure and click that. Remember, if you've made it this far, right up here to your right, you click there if you want to see yesterday's episode. Right down here, you can click if you want to subscribe. You should definitely do that. And that's it, guys. We absolutely look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Life in the Flyover.